JB, just your general take, and I know this will try to keep it under 10 minutes, JB. Give us your general take on this gambling scandal.
Who cares? Who cares? I don't watch this stuff. I don't watch. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I just had Tim Donaghy on for an hour, and the most intriguing thing he mentioned was Michael Jordan going to baseball was the first cover up because he got caught, and that's the way the NBA operates, and he knows firsthand more than anybody else, in my opinion. So that's a very intriguing one. And then the second thing he threw out was, is there going to be a class action lawsuit from all of the minions out there like us who bet and got duped by these other people on all the games? Are you going to show all your DraftKings and FanDuel lineups and say, hey, man, what's going on here? This was an under, I bet, and I got screwed, and they proved they lied. And now is this going to be a huge issue to where it even folds them for some certain amount of time? Meaning, are they going to be playing with G League players because this thing gets shut down? He thinks that the big part hasn't even hit yet. He thinks that thing is coming down the pipe. And that's someone that was indicted and spent time in jail and obviously threw games. And he threw Dick Bavetta and all these other people under the bus, saying that the Lakers did not three-peat in the minds of a lot of referees. Sacramento was the best team. Dick Bavetta was later indicted and said it himself that he forced Game 7. Game 6 should have been over. Sacramento won. And he was breaking down some things that I've never heard. And I'm like, wow. So that is the part that you have to really look into it. How he said 58 of 60 referees were cheaters in the NBA. 58 of 60, Jason. So let that sink in. So it's much bigger than we think, in my opinion. And I think I didn't have any reason to not believe him at all either.
So, JB, I know none of us watch a lot of ESPN or mainstream media, but I've watched enough to see, like, ESPN is trying to talk about other things going on in the sports world. It's impossible for me right now to talk about other things going on in the sports world because I don't know how believable they are. And so this is all that's in my head right now. I didn't watch the game last night, and I like watching Justin Herbert. I like watching Jim Harbaugh. I thought the game might be interesting. I'm glad I didn't, but my enthusiasm for games this weekend is being tamped down by this because all I can think of is this legit? And I think in a lot of fans, that's all you're going to see over social media.
He did mention the NFL's next. Woo. So that was big when he said that. He said the NFL will be next, and he said the FBI is doing this. Listen, I'm independent. Like, I'm a conservative thinking person, but at the same time, it's like the Cash Patel thing to me is like, well, wait up, because I got questions. If we're humans and we can ask questions, then we got to ask the questions. Then where the damn Epstein files at then? So like, I want to know. Don't tell you we're only going after criminals, Cash, because you're not. Because there's other things out there that I want my tax-paying dollars to. I want to know where my damn potholes are out here on the 15 freeway. The issue is we got to be honest with each other here. There's a lot of things going on. If the NFL's next, then there's got to be a lot of other things that you should be investigating, like our governor in California, Obama. Like, there's a lot of things out there I want to see investigated. So I call BS on a lot of stuff too. So if we're fair thinkers here and we're going to be honest, we got to start saying that too. Because I don't know, Jason. This is I've been saying that on your show. I've been telling Steve Kim. It's watered down as hell. I can't watch the NFL and college football like I used to. To your point, it's not, and that was before this whole thing came out. We all had speculation and all. We've seen wide receivers in the NFL get suspended for a game or two and all that. But at the end of the day, like, if we thought of it on this macro scale, is everybody involved? 58 of 60 referees are involved. What? There's bigger things out there, Jason, that meet the eye, and I don't know if this is even the surface.
Well, to me, what I've been arguing for several years, I don't remember exactly when I started arguing this, but it's like the more decisions you place on an NFL referee, the more likely you are to have corruption, and so it's like when you start making the referee, was that roughing the passer? Did he hit him
Mm-hmm.
beneath the knees? Did he hit him here? Is that a horse collar tackle? There's all these judgment decisions, and illegal contact 5 yards past the bill, and everybody's wearing an earpiece. All the referees are wearing earpieces, and that has always made me say someone can tell them that's watching from a television prompter or whatever, throw a flag and we'll tell you what the penalty is. Just
Jason, you played though like I did. I don't know. I've always been against this conspiracy in the football world versus a basketball or a baseball situation where I think it's more manipulative. In the NFL, there's 11 people, 22 scenarios. I don't believe you can cheat like you can in any other sport. I think it's an impossibility to have everybody on the same page at the same time going the same way. I don't think you can cheat like we think it's so easy. I don't think football would be the one sport I find it hard pressed because
no, I
I've been in every
completely
locker room at every
disagree.
level.
I
See, I've
completely
been in every
disagree,
locker room at every
JB.
level. There's never been a discussion or even a thought of, hey man, I'm gonna drop this ball straight out. Like
That's
that's
not what
hard.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about the NFL, the league manipulating games.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't know if the players. People think the players are in on it on the football scale. I would disagree. I think basketball you can get them in on it as we've just seen. Here, let me ask you this though. This is a point that he made today. Is it coincidence that LeBron's out to start this season and all this comes out? I had Damon Jones on my show. And this thing broke yesterday with Steve on the show, and it was crazy. I've had Damon on the show, and it's ironic that he's kind of said that, hey, in 2023, LeBron's out against Milwaukee. Nobody else knows. All them bets came in, and look what happened. Lakers lost, and all these people won money or lost money. He's now a co-conspirator in this thing. Is it a coincidence? Is it ironic? What is the deal with LeBron being out right now? And then the other thing you mentioned is in this whole thing was not only the LeBron thing, but like this is going to get interesting, Jason, with this betting stuff, because why did ESPN take ESPN bet off their ticker when this all happened? He brought that up. Another point, coincidental or not, college athletes were allowed to bet on pro sports per the NCAA 2 months ago. It cleared. So how is that all tying into this? Like, there's a lot of pieces here that you're going to have to really dissect and go through. Is it all tied into one deal? Like,
So
it's becoming
let me give you the
very-
example of where letting college players bet on pro games. If I played for Colorado and Shedeur Sanders is my former teammate, he's on the Cleveland Browns, I would call Shedeur and ask, hey, what's going on with your team? I would, it's stupid. All these current players have former teammates in the NFL. And let's say you're some guy that's on the practice squad this year, and because now they let these veteran players that have played 6, 7, 8 years, but now you're living on a practice squad player's salary rather than the salary you're used to. That guy passing on information to put an extra 20 grand in his pocket. Why wouldn't he?
And to be clear, that starts November 1st, JB. So they passed it. They passed the legislation, but it doesn't go into effect until November 1st. So it hasn't been happening yet, but it's happening here in about 7 days.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like that's going to be interesting. Like, let me ask you this. College football, like at some point you knew the betting was going to take over because the majority of these kids aren't making it to the NFL. See, they know that. That's why they're sticking around 8 damn years in college football and the Diego Pavias and all these guys in the world. So if they're doing that, to Tim Donaghy's point, you got to expect them to start getting invested and involved in this betting stuff, in the scandal or whatever you want to call it, because at some point they're like, oh, well, I don't have a shot. I'm not a 1%er. So why not hit while I can? To your point, why not tell somebody that, in the NFL that I know, or tells me to bet on this? Like, it's going to get ugly, man. Worse than it is.
I was an absolute idiot my first 2 years in college football. I mean, I was brain dead. I was a coach's nightmare. and I was only a little bit better the next 2 years, just a little bit better. And
Matured.
I was good enough that they had to play me. But trust me, they would have preferred not to have to start and play me. But those first 2 years, if I'm in this era where I hated my position coach, I hated the fact that I wasn't playing in the Big Ten. I thought I was better than Ball State. All that stupidity. Would I be giving away information if I thought I could put an extra $5K in my bank account?
Didn't you guys have teammates or players betting on it? I mean, I did. I knew guys in college football that bet on not our games, but there was discussion about it. I think that's been commonplace, and that was before they legalized betting. You had to do it offshore back then. So this isn't new. All they're doing is saying, hey, it's cool, don't worry about it. And by the way, please don't talk to the people that you know in the NFL, even if you go to Ohio State and you've got 36 teammates in the NFL. Good luck with that.
Yeah. We bet, but never on anything like on us. Like to your point, we bet though. I don't think it was. And how are you going to regulate it? It was never regulated. Nobody knew we bet, and we didn't make it it wasn't even a big deal. Like we didn't even talk about it. We openly talked about it in the cafeteria or whatever, and it wasn't like we were worried about it. So now, I don't know, man. It's becoming real slippery slope here, in my opinion. This is a Pandora's box they open. I don't know if they'll ever be able to close this one. It might get ugly.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.